Hello. Hello. Probably broke some copyright law right there, but oh well. It is good morning. Good morning, world. How y'all doing? Didn't get much sleep last night. That's okay though. Artist, writer, bartender thingy. Used to that. Me, the Pooh Bear. Peter Gabriel's Here Comes the Flood live. A very good cup of coffee. My buddy's a potter. Makes these here mugs. They are awesome. Oh, coffee. The only long relationship I've ever had in my life. And then we have Jim Harrison's Wolf. Love me some Jim Harrison. I've told the story before. Back in high school, I remember watching the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. And for those of you that follow my career, you know I use the joke of, what, oh what, would Patrick Swayze do? It's a long story how I got to there. But honestly, the base of it was I watched the movie Roadhouse. And there was a scene where Pat's all cool leaning on the cabin window reading a book and being all zen, and it was Jim Harrison. I remember going, wow, that's cool. I should go out and get a book like that and be cool in a cabin. Didn't know who the hell Jim Harrison was. Can't remember where. I may have went to the local library. I can't remember. I think it was the library. And they had Legends of the Fall. I was hooked immediately. Love Jim Harrison. Some of my writing style comes from him. And I picked up an oldie, Wolf. And I just want to read, technically, let me see. Fuck, where's that paragraph? Okay, I'm gonna read, this is a Jim Harrison sentence, I do believe. I will stop when I find the period. Hang on, let me drink some more coffee here. Oh, yum. This made me chuckle. Maybe it's just because cabin fever's kicking in, who knows. You could travel west out of Reed City, a small county seat in an unfertile valley with a small yellow brick courthouse and a plugged canyon on its lawn next to a marble slab with the names of the World War I and 2 dead inscribed in gold, and the not dead plainly inscribed with the suspicious neatness of cemetery script. Those who served, farther west through 50 miles of Pine Barrens dotted with small farm settlements, often of less than 30 people, or merely a grocery store and gas station adjoined by a shabby aluminum trailer or a basement house with the first and perhaps second stories awaiting more prosperous times. The stores themselves with little and aged stock, lunch meat, bologna pickled in a jar, Polish sausage, tin foods covered with dust, plackets of fish lures, mosquito repellent, and aerosol cans, live bait, and a pop cooler outside the door, but not many of these, a narrow road through mixed conifers, cedar and jack pine, some stunted scrub oak, birch, and the short-lived poplar, a pulp tree usually living less than 20 years and clouding the woods with floor with its rotting trunks and branches. And west through the low pelvic mysteries of swamps divided invisibly from the air by interlocking creeks and small rivers, made unbearable in spring and summer by mosquitoes and black flies, swamps dank with brackish water and pools of green slime, small knolls of fern, bog marshes and sphagnum, sponge-like and tortuous to the human foot and bordered by impenetrable thickets, semicolon. In short, a land with no appreciable history and a continuously vile climate, lumbered off for 100 years with few traces of the grand white pine which covered it, on occasional charred, almost petrified stump 4 feet in diameter, evidence of trees which rose nearly 200 feet and covered the northern half of the state, and the upper peninsula raised with truly insolent completeness by the lumber barons after the Civil War, with all the money going to the cities of the South, Saginaw, Lansing, Detroit, and east to Boston and New York. And the houses, there was a semicolon there again, and the houses, even the large farmhouses on reasonably good land, sloppily built, ramshackle, and craftless compared to Massachusetts or Vermont. West to Lake Michigan, then the turn north along its coast to the Straits of Mackinac, cross the Mammoth Bridge, travel west another 300 miles to the sparsely populated Upper Peninsula, and then north again into the comparatively vast, the peopleless Huron Mountains. That was one sentence. Done on purpose, I know. But sometimes I get going when I'm writing, doing the same thing, and I always hear the Jim Harrison voice going, "This one's mighty long. You may want to slim that down a little bit." I love that dude. All right, it's time to get some big boy creative clothes on and go outside and be creative. Let's do that.